Most women miss the moment when love starts forming not because it's hidden, but because it doesn't arrive loudly. It doesn't announce itself with dramatic gestures or big promises. Love begins quietly, through curiosity, through intention, through questions. And when a man starts asking you certain questions, it's not random. It's his emotions stepping forward before his words catch up. Emotional curiosity is one of the clearest signals that love is forming, yet it's the most overlooked because it doesn't look dramatic. Most people expect love to arrive with intensity, constant attention, big words, strong pursuit. But emotional curiosity works differently. It shows up when a man slows down and starts paying attention to what's beneath the surface. He doesn't just hear your words, he listens for meaning. He doesn't just enjoy your presence, he studies your emotions. That shift is powerful because curiosity requires vulnerability. When someone is curious about your inner world, they are emotionally opening themselves to be affected by it. Here's why this matters. Attraction wants stimulation. It wants fun, chemistry, excitement. Emotional curiosity wants connection. When a man asks questions about how you think, what you value, what shaped you, and how you feel, he is unconsciously building an emotional bond. He's not gathering information for entertainment, he's creating understanding so he can feel closer and more secure with you. This is how attachment begins. Many women miss this because the questions feel simple or casual. They don't realize that curiosity is an investment. Time, attention, and emotional focus are limited resources. When a man uses them to understand you, it means you matter beyond the moment. His mind keeps returning to you even when you're not there because curiosity pulls emotional energy forward. Emotional curiosity also signals respect. He sees you as a full human being, not just a source of validation or attraction. He wants to know how you experience the world because your perspective now influences his emotional state. That's not accidental, that's bonding. The lesson here is awareness, not performance. You don't need to impress, explain, or overgive. You simply need to respond honestly and observe consistency. Real curiosity doesn't disappear after one conversation. It deepens. It grows. It becomes more specific, more personal, more intentional. When you understand this, you stop chasing signs of love that are loud but empty. You start recognizing the quiet behaviors that actually build connection. Because love doesn't begin with possession. It begins with interest. And emotional curiosity is where truly starts. Emotional curiosity reveals real intention. Love begins with understanding, not attraction. Most women think love arrives with intensity, with constant messages, with dramatic words. But real love doesn't rush in loudly. It moves with purpose. It shows itself through curiosity, through presence, through questions that go deeper than the surface. When a man is emotionally invested, his focus shifts. He stops trying to impress and starts trying to understand. That shift is not accidental. It is the beginning of love. Emotional curiosity is one of the clearest signs that a man is falling. When he asks about your thoughts, your values, your dreams, he is doing more than making conversation. He is building a bridge. He wants to know how you see the world because, on some level, he is imagining himself standing in that world with you. Men do not emotionally invest their attention without reason. Curiosity costs energy, and people only spend energy where their heart is moving. When he asks questions that make you pause and reflect, it means your inner world matters to him. He wants to know what excites you, what hurts you, what motivates you. This is not casual interest. This is emotional alignment forming. He is subconsciously asking himself, can I grow with this woman? Can I protect her emotional space? Can I be part of her life in a meaningful way? Love also begins with understanding, not attraction. Attraction opens the door, but understanding builds the foundation. When a man asks about your past experiences, your lessons, or how certain moments shaped you, he is learning how to connect with you on a deeper level. He wants to avoid hurting you. He wants to respond better. He wants to show up differently. That is emotional maturity in action. The most important thing to realize is this: love is not proven by promises. It is revealed through behavior. Questions show intention. Listening shows care. Remembering details shows investment. These are the quiet signals most women miss because they are waiting for loud ones. Your power is awareness. When you recognize these signs, you stop chasing clarity and start responding with confidence. You don't force love. You allow it to unfold naturally. You show up as yourself, grounded and emotionally present. When you understand how love really forms, you stop doubting what's right in front of you. Because love doesn't always shout. Sometimes it simply asks the right questions and waits to truly hear your answer. Emotional questions reveal intention before commitment. Love grows through curiosity, not pressure. Awareness transforms mixed signals into clarity. Love doesn't begin with dramatic words or sudden promises. It begins much earlier in a quieter place most people overlook. It begins the moment emotional curiosity replaces surface attraction. Many women miss this stage because they're taught to look for action, not attention. But when a man is falling in love, his mind changes before his behavior fully does. And that change shows up in the questions he asks. Here's the truth. Attraction wants access. Love wants understanding. When a man starts asking intentional questions, he's no longer just enjoying your presence. He's evaluating connection. He's not trying to win you over in that moment. He's trying to see if you belong in his emotional world. One powerful sign is when his questions move toward your future. He asks what you want, what you're building, what matters most to you. This isn't small talk. This is alignment checking. Emotionally, he's already placing himself next to you in time and seeing if it feels right. Men do not do this unless something meaningful is forming inside them. Another overlooked sign appears when he asks about your past, not to judge you, but to understand you. He wants to know what shaped you, what challenged you, and what you learned. This is emotional maturity. He's learning how to connect with you without triggering old wounds. That means he cares not just about being with you, but about being good for you. The most powerful signal is when he asks about your feelings, how you feel about situations, how you feel when things happen, how you feel around him. This is critical. The moment your emotions begin to influence his thinking, love is already in motion. He's no longer operating only from logic or desire. He's emotionally invested. What matters here is awareness. You don't force these moments. You don't question them or test them. You recognize them. And when you respond with honesty and confidence, you allow emotional safety to grow naturally. Love is not loud at the beginning. It is intentional. It listens before it declares. And when you learn to recognize these signs, you stop chasing reassurance and start trusting emotional evidence. Emotional curiosity is the earliest sign of real attachment. When a man begins to ask questions that go beyond surface-level attraction, it means his attention has shifted from excitement to connection. He wants to understand how you think, what you value, and how you experience the world. This kind of curiosity requires emotional energy, and people only invest that energy where their feelings are growing. It's not about being nosy, it's about building emotional closeness and trust. Questions about your future reveal subconscious commitment. When he asks where you see yourself going in life, what you want to build, or what truly matters to you, he is not just making conversation. He is mentally checking compatibility. This shows his mind is already projecting forward and wondering if there is a place for him in your life. Men do not think this way unless their emotions are becoming serious and intentional. Interest in your past shows emotional maturity, not insecurity. When he wants to know what shaped you, what you learned from past experiences, or what you've overcome, it means he wants context, not control. He is trying to understand how to show up for you in a way that feels safe and respectful. This is a sign of emotional intelligence and growing care, not casual attraction. Asking about your feelings means your emotions matter to him. The moment a man genuinely wants to know how situations affect you, how his actions make you feel, or what brings you peace, he is emotionally invested. Your feelings begin to influence his choices. This is where love starts forming, because love is when another person's emotional world becomes important to your own. When you understand these signs, you stop chasing validation and start recognizing intention. Love doesn't always arrive loudly. Emotional curiosity is the first quiet signal of real attachment, because when a man starts asking meaningful questions, he is no longer focused on impressing you. He is focused on understanding you, and understanding is the doorway to emotional commitment. Sometimes it shows up quietly through the right questions, asked with real presence and care. The questions a man asks reveal his intentions more accurately than his compliments, because attraction speaks in praise, but love speaks in curiosity, depth, and a desire for alignment. When a man asks about your future, your values, or your emotional world, then he begins asking about your past, not to judge you, but to understand you. He wants to know what shaped you, what taught you strength, and what made you cautious. This is emotional intelligence. He's learning how to show up for you without repeating what hurt you before. And then comes the question most women overlook. He asks how you feel about situations, about decisions, about him. This is critical. When a man starts caring about your emotional responses, your feelings now matter in his internal world. That's not attraction. That's attachment forming. Here's the truth. Love is not proven by intensity. It's proven by intention. Anyone can feel desire. Few people choose emotional. Your power is not in chasing clarity. Your power is in recognizing it. When you understand these questions, you stop guessing, you stop doubting, and you start responding with grounded confidence. Because when a man asks the right questions, he's already emotionally involved. And when you see that clear, you stop